This is the young executive Carl Michelle.
And I go by the name of Schneiding the Magnet Cherry.
We are the executive producers of the livest show on the planet.
The Youth Empowerment Show. Stay locked in.
Seen her on every major city, not just in the United States, but across the entire globe, right? She's been on tour with, you might have heard of someone named Beyonce. I don't know if you've heard of Beyonce. I don't know. She's been on tour with Beyonce, Ashanti, Tinashe, all the A's, right? Make some noise for Dnay B! I like that. Yo, imagine walking to your job and they play theme music for you, right?
That day will go really well.
Yes, make some noise one more time for Dnay B. Make some noise. All right. As I mentioned in your intro, we've seen you in every major city in the entire world, but I know it wasn't like that starting off for you. So what was your come up like?
Hi guys. Good afternoon. Well, I'm born and raised in Harlem.
Harlem in the building?
Thank you for coming to this one anyway. I'm born and raised in Harlem, and I don't have any like technical training. I really just, my sister used to teach me dances, and my father in the living room, and then we would dance at the block parties, or dance at the baby showers, or dance at the church, and that's really like all my training. Like I'm just really from the streets of Harlem. Yeah, and I used to go to performing arts school, so I used to dance in the school shows and talent shows. Yeah. Shout out to the streets.
So wait, so people sometimes think that people get successful overnight. They just see you where you are. We talked about this on our last panel. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey and how hard you had to work to get where you are today?
Well, I auditioned a lot. At my first job, I was 17. I was straight out of high school. I was working summer youth, and I auditioned for Remy Ma, for whatever video. And from that, I got to work for Ashanti at 17. But that was like short-lived because I got fired right after the first job. They were like, no, she's too young, she's too skinny, she don't got no weed. Like, it was like, I was just not prepared, I wasn't ready. So I had to audition a lot. Like, I heard a lot of no's, like before I got that first official yes, even though I started at 17. It was hard, I had to train, and because I was from the streets, I was so raw. It was good, it was a positive because I stood out from everybody else, but you don't want to stand out the wrong way, so I did have to go to dance schools, and I did have to train and take classes and do my research and find out who the choreographers were, take some ballet classes so my posture could be a little better. I just had to know who my competition was and get to know those dancers who I was competing against. I needed to gain a little weight so that, I can compete against the vets and stuff like that. So
now, if you keep hearing no after no after no after no, if you keep hearing all this rejection, and on top of the rejection, people are criticizing you, saying you're too this, you're too that, you're too blah, blah, blah. How much of a toll does that take on you, and how do you push past that?
Well, it gets discouraging, but I pray. I'm a firm believer that God really does answer prayers, and I'm all about, I know that, shout out to God. That's right. You know, it's all about timing, and I had to realize that when it was my time, it was going to be my time. And I just needed to keep on pressing, go to those auditions, see who was out there, get to know my choreographers, and really just become a familiar face, you know, because it's all about trust, and it's really about networking. You got to know, people have to know that they can trust you. And it's like with any job, when you start as the mailman, you know, eventually you want to be the CEO. But those people have to trust you to know that you can get the job done. So I had to do those shows. I had to keep coming around. I had to keep popping up like, hey, it's Dnay. How are you? Look at me. You know, I had to do all those things just to, you know, break my way and kick down those doors and just wait and be patient. Keep God first, you know.
Clap it up for God.
Let's propose this aha moment, the oh my goodness moment. Can you give us that, oh my goodness, this is my life, this is happening. Where's that moment in your life?
Well, of course it would be like Beyonce. That was like, oh my God, I can't believe. But it was two different, it was two separate Beyonce moments. So I had the opportunity to work with Kelly Rowland. She and Beyonce shared the same creative director, Frank Gatson, who's like a legend. So I got to do the motivation video. I was like there, I was like her body double. I was like, oh, you need to move like this. Motivation, baby, I'm out, you gonna move that. That song. So I was stuck in an airport. It's a long story, but I got stuck in an airport because they flew me to LA on a buddy pass. Y'all know how a buddy pass works. Going to LA, I was trying to get back to New York on this buddy pass. They were flying me all around. So because of that, they said, oh, let me repay you. Do you want to do Beyonce? I said, what? That's the exchange? Because I was stuck in an airport? Absolutely. I'm still a stick, but they let me do Oprah and the Billboard Awards, and that was in 2011. I was like, oh my God, I'm doing the Oprah. Mom, I'm doing Oprah. I couldn't believe it. So that was the first one. And then the second one was the Super Bowl 2013. We were auditioning for the Breakdown in Baby Boy. And we didn't know that process was the audition for the Mrs. Carter tour. So I had booked the Mrs. Carter tour, right? I was one of the first ones. But then they dropped me. Oh. They dropped me before I even got to go to rehearsal. So I did my calls. I was like, hey, this is Dnay. I just want to know if you have any tips for me, like what I can do. So for the next time, like maybe this is not my time. What can I do so this won't happen to me again? Frank Gatson goes, Dnay, don't you worry about it. We're going to get you on this tour. I said, okay.
Oh.
I was working at a school at the time, so I just kept going back to my job, working with my kids, doing my programming. And we shot the Grown Woman video. And from that video, everybody's talking about, oh, we're leaving for tour, we're going on tour, whoop, whoop. I left that set that night. I didn't say bye to anybody. I was so sad because I knew I had to go to work the next day. But that morning, I got all these calls and all these emails, and they were like, Beyonce wants you to go on tour. Can you sign this? Send us your passport. And it was like overnight, like my whole life changed. I didn't rehearse. They rehearsed for 2 months. I went on the tour with no costumes. Y'all, I had no hair, no makeup. I didn't know any steps, but God was like, this is your time. So you are going on
because I don't want y'all to miss what the gem that she dropped. She said they told her no. And despite the fact that they told her no, she reached out to get feedback to be better the next time. But because she reached out, that is the call or the thing that allowed her to actually be on tour. So don't miss those points. And it's the little things. Don't miss it. Oh, what's Did Y'all See? What is that?
Oh, did y'all see? There's an online website called MadameNoir.com, And it's like for the black woman, it's the black woman's point of view, the black woman perspective on a lot of the things that are going on in the world, the topics, everything that we be talking, tweeting, Instagramming, talking to your friends about at school, talking to your homegirls at work, your coworkers, all that. We are just giving a voice. It's for women. We just sit around and give a voice to the website for people that are like reading all of those the long stories.
Yes. So where do we find that? Where do we find that?
You can go on YouTube or the MadameNoir.com and just click the link for the y'all see. Yeah, it's a nice little talk show.
All right, so we seen you on social media, really rocking, and we want to congratulate you. You have a bundle of joy.
I do.
You shocked me that day. So I just really want to talk. I know a lot of the women in the audience, as well as myself, it's a struggle to balance career and family. So I just want to talk a little bit about that and how do you plan on doing that, especially as a dancer. You know, how's that going to go?
Well, I have a very strong support system. So we've been planning for years.
For this moment.
For years. My parents, like, we have been like, okay, Dnay, whenever this day comes, what are we gonna do? So now the day is finally here. So my boyfriend, he's super supportive. He's planning on taking his 2 weeks leave later from when I give birth, because I don't need him in the beginning. I need you when I want to.
That's right.
You know, my mom has a daycare of 19 years, so she's like, okay, baby, you can sleep over, you know, you just let me a little something when you can. Okay, Mom, I got you. My grandmother, everybody's like, we can come with you, just get us a ticket. Everybody's super supportive, so I'm so grateful that I have those people like in my corner. I would never be able to, ever.
Okay. Now let's open up to the audience. This is the level of talent, the level of expertise that's in this room. You want to take the opportunity just to pick their brains a little bit, if you will. So whatever it is that you want to ask them, now is your time.
Anything. Question? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Not so much a question as just a compliment. First of all, just as a mother myself, I want to just commend you for just speaking as far as your faith, your belief in God, and just believing in the prayer of God that He will bless you and open those doors for you. As a woman of faith, I'm just trying to raise my son, and I always tell him that whenever you want, you go to God in prayer. No matter who says no, who says you can't do it, you pray about it and believe it in God. If it's for you, God, that's it. So I just want to commend you for one, just letting the young people know that faith, it's their faith that will move mountains. It's their faith that will open the doors. So I just want to commend you for it.
Thank you.
All right, I think we have we posted a question on social media. What is it that you want to ask Dnay B? And we have an Instagram question.
Yeah, Instagram question.
What's our Instagram first?
Make sure you follow us at YouthEmpowermentShow. That's on Instagram.
This brother with the deep voice is my brother, so make some noise for Marty Marr.
Yeah. How we doing today, Youth Empowerment Show? Yeah! All right, so the question we have today, this is from @MoveWithHoney from IG, wants to know, how do you pursue your passion with little to no money?
Well, you know, they have those signs on the train that says no swinging from the poles, no this, no that. Me and my friends, we used to be those people. We used to be on the train like, I'm not here for no basketball team. I'm trying to pursue this career in dance. Dance classes are expensive. We're going to put on this show, whatever little bit that you can do to help us to reach our dreams. Please, thank you. Even if it's just a great job, thank you. We appreciate it. And that was us. That was us on the train. And I also worked. I worked with kids for my whole life. I worked at my mom's daycare in the house. My mom's daycare is in the house. And I worked
How many kids?
too many kids.
Too
in
many
there.
kids. I'm a teacher.
That never go
I'm actually a
home.
school teacher, so we have a lot in common.
But they never go home. They spend
It's a hard job.
So, yeah, I work with my mom too. So it's all about just finding time and, be careful, and balance. So work and dance at the same time. There you go.
Clap it up for our Instagram. All right, perfect. So, did anyone else want to chime in real quick?
Yeah, I just want to know if you got paid on the tour and everything.
Did I get paid on tour?
Yeah, because I believe
Because I started late?
Well, in a sense, in general, with your tours and things like that, you get paid as a dancer on the tour.
I did get paid for the tour.
Okay.
I got paid for the tour before I even got on stage, which was
Hello.
They pay you before you
Yeah.
work.
So
I
can
give
you,
you a check before you do the work.
so can you explain to the youth in the crowd how that works, like with contracts and things like that, and getting the job?
So can you explain to the youth how it works with contracts and things like that?
Yes, so, well, I have an agent. I'm fortunate enough to have an agent. But I had to audition for my agency. But when I read through my contract with my daddy, he sat me down, got the computer, and said, "Today, you need to know what you're signing at all times." So I always negotiate. They be trying to take 20%. I'll be like, "Nah, you can't have that. Because you ain't doing all the work. All you doing is just letting me know what I gotta do." So make sure that you always look through your contracts. Make sure that everything is in there are things that you want to do. And if you're not okay with something, if somebody wants you for that job, it's okay to negotiate your terms of what you will and will not do, what your agent can and cannot take. It's up to you though. You have to set those numbers. I know for me, since they not getting on the stage, they not taking half of my money. We work hard. We work very hard. So just make sure that you go through every nook and cranny of your contract. And if you do not understand something, it is okay to ask questions. There are no dumb questions when it comes to you making your money and what you're putting your body through, or your mind through, or dedicating your time to. Make sure you ask those necessary questions, y'all. Don't just be signing your life away and they be like, "Oh, you getting 50 cents." No. Look through it. Know what you're getting yourself into. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, we got time for one more question over here.
First of all, I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank
So I just want to
you.
say that before I ask my question. But you are a dark-skinned female with natural hair, and we have a lot of chocolate girls in the audience, including myself. And we know in the industry there's a lot of pushback, right? There's a lot of discrimination. So I want to ask that you experienced that. Furthermore, if you did, how did you find your confidence and stay true to yourself for the other little girls in the audience?
Well, first things first, like I said, I'm naturally very skinny. When growing up, I was the smallest girl in my school, the darkest girl in my school, and I was battling a scalp disease where I had no hair. All I had was edges. All my hair fell out. So I had to go to school every day. I was also very creative. I loved scissors, and I used to cut up all my clothes. So winter, summer, spring, fall, it was like usually in half shorts, half pants. So I was dealing with a lot of people teasing me, but my outlet was dance. So no matter what people said, no matter what people did, no matter what people called me, I knew that at the talent shows, I was gonna have the best dance moves. I was like, I'm about to shut y'all down. Y'all can hate on me. Y'all can call me bald. Y'all can call me a boo-boo. Y'all can call me anything y'all want. But I know at the show, at the end, people gonna be like, "Yo, Dnay killed it. You know what she did?" For the whole week, I know people gonna be praising me for my talent. And at the end of the day, it's the things that I do, not my appearance, that I want people to acknowledge and know about me. We all want to feel beautiful. We all want to feel like the prettiest girl, but if you love yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you look in the mirror every day and you say, "Dnay Elizabeth Renee Baptiste, you are beautiful," eventually people gonna jump on your bandwagon. They gonna be like, "Yo, you see Dnay? You see what she did earlier? You saw how she just had the braids on the outside and nothing in the middle?" They gonna be shaking their heads too, you know? You just gotta have that confidence. You gotta know that you are it. If you feel like you're it, people are gonna jump on your. They're gonna ride your wave. It's like period.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yo, so I just want to jump. You need to come down? Yeah, so, no, come down. As you come down, I got something I want to, every time you speak, I just think of another quote. Common says, "Nobody believe me until I believe me."
Right.
So there's going to be people that doubt you. People that say that you ain't going to make it. You ain't never going to be it. You know what I mean? People are going to doubt you. You need to have more confidence in yourself than anybody out there that doubts you. You understand? Name the greatest boxer that ever lived. You see how fast that was? Everybody in the room said Muhammad Ali. You know why? Because he told you he's the greatest. He says, I'm the greatest. And you know the kicker of the story is? Muhammad Ali had 5 losses. He doesn't even have the best record in boxing, but because he was so confident in himself, we automatically label him the greatest boxer that ever lived. Nobody believed me until I believed him. Thank you.
My question was, how do you create balance with your career and your friends and your family? Like, I'm sure you're going far, you're going to the top, so you leave a lot of people behind. So how do you create balance with that?
Postcards. FaceTime. Group text. Facebook. I use social media to the max. I don't miss anything. Birthday parties, I'm there. I could be in South America. I'm there. I'm on the time zone. I'm living on New York time at all time. That's the first thing. Like, I'm taking cat naps, but I make sure that I keep my friends and family first. Because at the end of the day, when all of this glitz and glam is over, when Beyonce is off and living her life with her family, when Ashanti is out on vacation with her crew, who got that? Right. Where I'm going, big stage at? In front of this in the building, in front of my mother, in the living room. Who gonna be watching me dance? My friends, because they know that. Like, that's important. You gotta make sure that people know that you love them and that they care, because they're doing that for you, and they're there from the beginning, and they're gonna be there at the end when the money is gone, when the lights are off, when the curtains close, when your toes are broken, when your back is broke. Like, those are the people that's gonna be taking care of you, not the people on the road, unfortunately. You know, it's just work. It's work.
Clap it up, clap it up.
TD Jake says.
Nope, contact info.
Oh, contact info. Sorry. So, how can people reach you? I know that you're on social media actively. If they want to contact you, just for mentoring, anything of that such, how can we reach you?
Well, you can go on my website, www.therealdnayb.com, and you can email me through that, or send me messages, or whatever. Or you can slide through my DMs. I answer the DMs all the time. It really goes down in my DMs. At Dnay B is me. DNAYBISME. And that's how you can find me on everything. Dnay B is me.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. I need the Yes King. King. Yes King. Yes King. And the Yes Queen to come down.
The queen took off a crown? Take off your crown.
Oh, there we go. Yes. So these are the first. We want you to take some pictures with the Yes King and Queen, and then we're gonna do a quick group shot. All right. So make some noise one more time for Dnay B.
This one is for the queens. And you know we can't talk to the queens without quoting the queen, Beyonce. It's homecoming season, right? Beyonce once said, your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone else telling you who you are. In other words, you are enough. You are so enough, it's unbelievable how enough you are. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone else's inability to see your worth. You know why? Because you are brilliant, you are gorgeous, you are talented, and you are fabulous. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, not even yourself. Know yourself, love yourself, and know your self-worth. I love y'all.
Yes, everybody, it's your girl, Dnay B from the Youth Empowerment Show. Thanks so much for watching tonight's episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch live performances, dope content, and some dope guests. It's about to be lit.
Also, be sure to grab a copy of my best-selling book, 365 Hip Hop Daily Motivational Quotes, is available on Amazon and YoungExecutive.com. Lastly, if you want to purchase one of our royalties, make sure, boom, you go to our website. Get your hands on one. Stay fresh, stay royal.